So I always start with contacts, and the ones I'm using are Ice Flora, and the color is Powder Sky, and they're one-day contacts that I got from Japan, but you can order them from their English website, and it's really easy, and the shipping is really fast, like only a few days. And they come in these, and you don't have to soak them or anything before you use them, and I really like them because they're really comfortable, and I have really sensitive eyes. One of my friends who has dry eye recommended these to me, and I really like them. And I'm going to be using ones with a diameter of 15 millimeters because Asuka has really big eyes, and I really want to make my eyes look really big. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these on, and I'll come right back. And now that I have my contacts on, I'm going to go ahead and start with my eye makeup. I'm going to do my eye makeup before the rest of my face because if you make any mistakes with your eye makeup, you can always cover up with some concealer and then blend in with your foundation and everything. It's a really good technique to, instead of preventing yourself from making mistakes in the future, you could just cover them up. It's a strategy a lot of governments like to use too. So I'm going to look down while I'm going to put my concealer for my under eyes, because I do like to have at least this concealer done before I do my eye makeup. And I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer. It has really good coverage, but I find that when I do apply it, I have to really it doesn't move very smoothly here, so I really have to tap it in. And I do like to have a shade that's kind of light, even though my skin isn't quite this light, because then I can also use it for cut creases. We're not going to be doing one of those in today's video, but it's just nice to have the option to use the same concealer both for cut creases and for your under eye bags. Okay, I know I look kind of crazy, but I'm not going to blend that in yet, and I'm going to go right ahead and put some primer on my eyes. And I'm using this primer from Ardell. I don't really know if it performs a lot better than a lot of other primers. All I know is it doesn't make my skin itch. I have really sensitive skin, so it can be kind of difficult for me to find products that work for me. And I'm going to put some under my eye too, because I'm going to be putting some eyeshadow down here. And I'm also going to make sure to go all the way out here, because I'm going to be extending my eye shape, so to make my eyes appear larger. So I really want to make sure that I have primer everywhere I need it. Primer really makes your eyeshadows pop, makes them look much more colorful and last much longer. Basically, it's like an absolute must. So now I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. I'm using the Sweet Talk palette from Colourpop. It's really inexpensive. I'm pretty sure on Black Friday it was only $12. And I think, if you look at Asuka's face in the anime, it doesn't look like she's wearing any eyeshadow or anything. But I'm going to wear some anyways because it will really make my eyes look a lot bigger. And I'm actually going to use some of this coral color and some of this reddish brown. And even though this is going to be a lot heavier than what she looks like she's wearing in the anime, I find that in photography, in photos and videos, after the fact, for the most part, it really makes it a lot harder to see the eyeshadow. So it may seem like I'm going heavy-handed, but I think that having heavy makeup for cosplay looks better later on in the photos. So I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with this transition shade right here. And now that I've applied that all over my eyes, I'm going to go in with this coral color, and I'm going to apply it around this area of my eyes. And I'm going to stay away from the inner corner because I'm going to put a lighter color by the inner corner. I really like to use fluffy brushes to apply makeup because it really takes away from the blending I have to do later. And if you apply a lot of pigment at first, it can be kind of difficult to work with. And now I'm going to go in with this deeper brown, but I'm going to use a smaller brush to do that. And I'm going to go along the crease and around the inner corner. And I'm also going to take this small angled brush, and I'm going to go under my eye as well. And don't worry, I'm gonna blend this. I'm not just gonna leave it like that. I'm not crazy. And then I'm gonna go back to my fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna grab some of this transition shades, and I'm gonna use them to blend out the edges. In order to blend the ones down here, I'm going to use a smaller blending brush. This is actually the brush from the Naked palette, but it's kind of fluffy on this side. I don't know. I think it makes an okay blending brush. I'm not going to worry too much about blending this out because I'm going to go over it with some eyeliner, and so I know that most of this color is just going to be lost anyways, so I'm not really going to worry about getting my blending perfect there. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to like put some of this Super Shock inner corner highlight. It's really sparkly, and sparkles apply better when you use your finger, and so I'm going to be using my finger to apply it. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to use this white and also this cream because some people don't like just using pure white because it's like brighter than the actual white color of your eyes, and so it really pops too much. So I'm going to try to tone it down with this cream color, but I don't want to use like just this cream color because it matches my skin too closely, and so it like takes away from the illusion of creating my eyes look bigger by like adding a light color down here. And I'm not just going to do my waterline, but I'm going to do my actual lash line with this light, and that is just going to make my eyes look a lot bigger. I'm going to use this brown eyeliner pencil from Dr. Hushka, but I think you can use just about any brown eyeliner. And actually, you don't really need this, but I find that it makes it easier for me to use my liquid eyeliner later if I do it first with these pencils, because it's just so much easier for me to control what I'm doing with a pencil versus the liquid liner. And it's also a lot easier for me to fix too, because I could just remove it with like a Q-tip with a little water. I don't need to use any makeup remover or anything. And on the bottom, I'm going to like go under this line, and I'm not gonna do my whole eye, but only this like last third to a half of your eye, because if you go over here, it's actually going to make your eye look smaller if you do this part. So I'm going to leave that part free, and from the bottom I'm going to make my wing upward, because if you look at Asuka's eyes, it does look like kind of like flat, like it angled a bit, so I'm going to definitely have her wing be up rather than straight or down. But if you have hooded eyes, which I don't, but if you have that, you have to go out because the hood is going to be in the way of you going up. So when you make a wing for your eyeliner, you don't want like your whole like eyeliner to be thick. You want it to be like I got some transfer from my eyeliner up there, but you want it to be thick on this outer edge. That will create a more flattering shape for your eyes. Alright, now that I've done it with my brown pencil, I'm going to go in with everyone's favorite liquid liner. This is black, and it's Stila's Waterproof Stay All Day. And it does stay all day, and it is a pain in the ass to remove. Alright, now that I've done my eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and put some fake lashes on. I'm using these ones from the Sephora collection. They're called Ouch. I think that this is a good name because, as you know, fake lashes aren't super comfortable. And I'm going to use this glue. I really think that it's easiest to apply lash glue when it's these brushes rather than the squeeze bottle, because it's so much easier for me to control how much glue I'm putting on the lash. I actually think that Duo is a better brand than Kiss, but Kiss was only $5 on Amazon Prime, so I went for that. So after applying the glue, you have to wait some time for the glue to get tacky. I think it's best to apply lashes a little bit outside of your natural lash line, like where the edge of your makeup is. And these lashes, I'm actually going to apply a little bit more eyeliner right here so that they blend in a little bit better. Now I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, and I'm going to cover them up with this Shany Cosmetics Cream Concealer. I got it for $10 on Amazon. It has a variety of colors, but maybe not the best option for someone with darker skin because they don't have too many darker skin options. If I had really light eyebrows, like if I had like blonde eyebrows or something, I might just go and skip this step and go in with some like orange or brownish eyeshadow, but my eyebrows are really dark, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of concealer on them before I go in with some eyeshadow to try to make them orange. My foundation is also like a little bit lighter than my current skin tone because I got it when I was inside more, I guess. And so I'm not too worried picking a shade that's a little bit lighter than my skin tone to do this. So I'm going to use an orangish brown from my Huda Beauty palette, Mercury Retrograde, but I'm sure there's any like eyeshadow palette you can use that has a color like that. And for when I use this on my eyebrows, like because of the concealer, it's a lot harder for me to apply the eyeshadow, very pigmented. So I'm actually going to dampen my brush first. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. So applying like makeup with a wet brush makes it much more pigmented, and so that's why I'm doing that. And I'm going to go in with this reddish brown here because I think it matches her eyebrow color. Just kidding. I'm going to go in with some orange too to like blend that color out a bit. Her eyebrows are kind of straight, so I'm kind of going to try to make that happen. And my eyebrows are a little bit bigger than hers, but you know, brows are in right now, so I don't really want to pluck my brows, so I'm just kind of let the concealer do its job. And it's really hard to cover your eyebrows up all the way, so that's okay. I'm going to let some of it peek through. I watch other YouTubers cover up their eyebrows and they use the same products as me, and I just don't understand how they're able to get them so covered. And even if you put a ton of product on it, you can still see that there's just like a ton of product caked on top of the eyebrows. It doesn't, I think that a lot of those YouTubers use like blurring filters, and so you can't even see like their skin that clearly, and that's why it looks so good. So the secret is actually just them filters. I really love Huda Beauty's mattes because they're just so pigmented. Oh, it can be hard to apply eyeshadow on top of this particular concealer, and these eyeshadows just perform so well. Now that I've done my eyebrows and my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start doing my foundation. Before I do any of my foundation, I'm going to use some primer, and I'm using Prime Time by Bare Minerals and also Bare Minerals 24-Hour Foundation. I use these products because they don't irritate my sensitive skin. If there's other products that work for you, go for them. I do find that mineral makeup tends to like clog my pores less, and that's what my dermatologist said too, so you know. So the primer is going to make your skin a little bit more smooth, and it's also going to make your foundation last much longer. I like to apply my foundation and my primer with my fingers because I find that those sponge brushes are kind of gross, and they also like absorb a lot of the product, and this was expensive and I don't want that sponge to take away my hard-earned dollar, so you know. I like to use my hands because they don't absorb as much of the product. So sue me. So I find that brushes, like, they pick up the flakes on your skin, so they like make your skin look a lot cakier and a lot drier. And so that's why a lot of people like to use sponges. But like I said, the sponges, like, they take away a lot of your product. So if you do use one, maybe it's best to like apply the product on with your finger first and then, like, you know, blend it out with your brush a little bit. But I prefer not to use one at all. You don't need fancy brushes and sponges, and you have these for free. The one thing I don't like about this foundation is that it makes my skin a little bit shiny, and that's not really good sometimes if I'm doing like a photography with flash, or if I'm in the sun or something. It might create really harsh light on my face in photographs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a brush after just criticizing brushes, and I'm going to use some normal foundation, some powder foundation, or my Zero Serum. Honestly, either of them have the matte effect, and it's also going to make my foundation stay on longer. I'm going to use Zero Sebum because I have really oily skin, and I really want to keep those oils under control. I don't want my face to be all shiny. I don't want them to make my life harder editing my photos later. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pat it like in my T-zone and also my cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend this all over real quick. I know I still do have some like scarring that wasn't totally covered by the makeup I use. And yes, you can use products like filler primer that will really it will get rid of some of the unevenness in your skin because it will build up there. But I don't like to use those products because I find that they like make my skin break out a lot after using them. And so I'm just going to go ahead and not use those. And I'm just going to Photoshop my skin later. And I'm going to go in and do my lips now. Since I did mostly orange themed lips, I'm going to go in with this coral lipstick from Pacifica. I really like this one because it feels nice and moist. My lips, which are prone to drying easily, it doesn't bring out any of the like flakiness in my lips, and it also doesn't seem to make my lips dry out. Like, I don't know, some products like Colourpop's Lippy Stick tend to like make my lips really dry after use, and some like lip glosses and such. So I really like this one. So I just put my wig on, and I have a couple tricks with this too. I use a wig, this is basic stuff. A lot of people know to use a wig cap to cover up your real hair, and it also makes it easier to secure it to your head. And you use these bobby pins like right here, and I use two at the bottom to keep my wig on. And I use this spray called Mane and Tail, and I applied it to my wig hair, and it helps keep it from tangling. And it is also really helpful if you're trying to like untangle a wig to spray it with, but be careful because it does make wood floor very slippery. So just be careful that you're like aiming it on your wig and not on your floor. And this is a wig brush. I think it's always good to have one on hand. Normal brush will like it will pull fibers out of your wig. It will damage your wig. So like the things need to be like farther apart. Wide tooth comb also works really well. And to get my bangs perfect, which I did not do yet, I usually like to stick them together to each other with this product, Got to Be Glued. And I also like to glue them to my face with eyelash glue so they stay right where I want them. So I'm going to try to do that with one hand holding my mirror with the other. We'll see how it goes. So I usually like try to get the glue at the tip of the piece of hair, and I don't really apply it anywhere else, and this is to get the perfect triangle bang of my dreams. And after doing this, I see that I need to trim the bang a little bit more, and That is okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
How's it like working
This is
in
like
there?
impossible without a big mirror. But okay, I think I did it. I did it.
You did it. You got it.
I got it.
The triangle.
The triangle, the anime hair triangle. I did it. And also anime characters have really like V-line face, and for me, I see some people contour here, but you can't really see the jawline and then the contour, and I don't think it looks good unless you're looking straight forward, but I actually think people usually look better in photos if they're like slightly at an angle. So I like kind of do a contour with my wig hair, and I'm just gonna glue it like right here. But it's really difficult without my mirror. I'm just gonna do that in an actual mirror. I'll be right back. Alright, so now I'm all ready and I'm gonna do some like dramatic poses now that I'm all in costume.